So hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. So today we will be playing Esoteric Eep. Always been a Japanese turn-based guy, never been really a D&D type of player, so yeah, let's see. So welcome all and Esoteric E. Let's see how well it will go. Everything is okay, everything is running, it's looking good. Yeah. Okay. Let's clean up the welcome message and let's go. Okay, so Esoteric Eep. Let's see how it is. I tried it 7 minutes last time just to see if it starts. We should be doing, I guess, maybe new game. Everything okay? Visuals no. I think that should be okay. I did it even without sound. I don't know if it's voiced or not. Okay, so I wanted to do maybe an I was thinking just for fun. A charisma intelligent build. So okay, and okay. So we are very weak, and we have some dexterity, we have some constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Oh, let's see how that goes. Truth and nothing else, a voice declares. What is your name? Ragan. Your name is Ragan. And in your statement of citizenry, Ragan Helmlin. Ragan? Doesn't sound right. No one calls you by your name. Why strength? Okay. Yeah, nobody likes you. Boo-hoo. You're often referred to as cleric. So my name is... Yes, speak it. Cleric. Okay, if your name is what they call you, that is it. Good. Could be worse. You answer another question from the darkness. What is your occupation? Continue. Look around. It is more than darkness, it's nothing all around you. Okay, so those are my rolls. I thought I would roll and I would simply have +4 on the rolls. This will be fun. Okay. Work, getting paid for labor. Didn't you have a job? Something really important. Your class. Class, what class? Lower class, okay. You are a great spellcaster who will rule the world one day. Not sure any answer is good here. I'm a goddamn wizard. Gods be damned, you are. It takes a while before the next question posed. What is your current goal? We need to find out who blew up the tea shop. The goblin chieftain, she needs you. The tea shop exploded? Unfortunately, yes. That's not good. I like tea shops. Great. I hate tea shops. They should be banned. I don't have any strong opinion on tea shops. In fact, I never think of them at all here. Do not lie to yourself. You may ruminate further on tea shops at a later date. Okay. There is a question to be answered. Your goal is to find a goblin chieftain, is that right? You know it to be true. No reply, no feedback. Continue. Okay. Then the voice asked, what is your political affiliation? The question strikes your entire consciousness, sending it spinning. If you care for your fellow, vote for the Asgalists. It is the duty of the powerful to lead. That is you, no one else. The Free Striders, maybe. Then again, you are no revolutionary. Things you move way too fast these days. Things just move way too fast these days. My dyslexia again. Bear with me. Constitution's elections are exhausting. It hides in the back of your skull. A fact that you are bound to be a nationalist. So... what shall we be? Apolitical would also be good. Or nationalist. I should be in charge, okay. Once we base our worth on knowledge and ability, it shall come again. Okay. The voice is fading. This is the end. The final question. How did you die? Same way you lived, unable to step out of the uniform. Not for 1 second. Unable to step out of the uniform. Really? Now's your chance. Break free. I died when he died. I fell into divinity. She took me whole. I'm not dead. I fell into divinity. She took me whole. A fresh start. I get up. Your body aches. It's stiff, as if you slept for days. Ready for the quest to continue. Look around. A circular stone chamber, a storage for apples and corpses. Check your stuff. What stuff? You Your hands down around your pouch and uniform. Panic sweat. No spellbook, no mace. Face it, you have been robbed.
No.
Your legs shake. Tears begin to form. Deep breath, your belongings are surely here somewhere. Wait, what's this about a quest? Oh well. Oh yes, a quest. Interact with the highlighted words to receive a glossary entry. Urth, be blessed. Urth, your god. Okay. Do I remember everything? Yes, everything is off, but your memory is intact. The tea shop. Yeah, the tea shop that blew up. Just a job, so I've done this before. A quest? I like those. Wait, how much time do I have? So to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up some random tea shop. A quest, I like those. They are dangerous, you might not make it. Just a job. Wait, how much time do I have here? Until the election, duh. Which is in 5 days. Okay, time only advances when you make new choices in dialogue. So to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up some random tea shop. More or less. But you've got like 5 days to do it, so no stress. Okay. There's also bullshit politics involved here. You'll love it. That was my controller that switched off, so that was me. Can I think about this? Let's finish this job. Damn right. You'll do great. Now get going. Alright, but first Phew. You feel dizzy. Continue. The weight of the Urthgard uniform, a dull pain takes hold. Your body aches. It contends rotting. You must consume an apple now. If your stats are high or low enough, chimes will appear in your mind. I'm so very confused. Rub your temples. Okay, thank you. That's usually the case. Your mind is ungodly powerful. Get yourself together. One step at a time. Okay. It's a corpse under the blanket. Underneath you find the cold corpse of a human. Again, 5 experience. Thinning blonde hair, unkept facial hair. Mid-40s, factory worker. Asakini blood. Asakini, one of the 8 bands along the coast. It is a cold, mountainous realm. It is your home, also referred to Asakani. His complexion showed nearly no decay, most likely under the effect of a preserving spell. Yeah, this guy looks fresh. Like he could just sit up and talk to you. The DC difficulty class of a dice choice is determined by how challenging the role will be for you. Okay. closer. There's something strange here. We must look closer. Lean in and look closer. Harsh scars cover the skin. Signs of being either a hard worker or a careless worker litter his skin. Try to move the corpse. The moment you touch it, black veins appear over its skin. A feeling of impending doom comes over you. Your stomach drops. Doom, the lair of a leash. Leash, an undead spellcaster of immense power, created and sustained by consuming the souls of mortals. They are capable of eternal life and terrifying esoteric might. Followed by a wave of pain. Drop it. The moment you let go, the pain subsides. The dark marks on its skin disappear as quickly as they showed up. What a horrifying spell. This corpse is cursed by something wicked beyond your powers. They should at least have a sign. Like, don't touch the dead. They are full of black magic. You slowly cover up the corpses once more. What the hell kind of magic is cast on this thing? Something horrific, truly evil. It appears like gentle repose at first glance, but that necrotic energy, gentle repose, second level necrotic spell, keeps the corpse from decaying. I guess would be an advanced animation ritual, but you have no knowledge of such dark spells. Perhaps you could learn more. Gain 5 experience. Whatever it is, do not touch it again, I know. Yeah, why not? Not like the guy will complain, but don't go around talking about it too loud, okay? Grave robbing is frowned upon by some, even in these enlightened times. Who is the guy? His hands are calloused. He's built like a sarcophagus. This is a dead working man. The type to spend his whole life toiling away for nothing. Why is he here? This is a morgue, a leech house, clearly. Yeah. Corpses are kept on cool in places like this before cremation or burial. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. The cloak is sprawled upon an iron slabs. As you grab it, you immediately feel the dampness spreading into your gloves. Oh. It is light blue and tattered. And it was once yours. Please don't, this thing is disgusting. Weigh it in your hands. It is heavy. Right out the water. The filthy liquid falls to the floor of the stony chamber. It smells of salt water. It is still quite wet. Should I wear this? No. Continue. Of course you should wear it. A hood is a perfect tool for any decent rogue and or ne'er-do-well. So what if it's a little damp? You have to wear it. But I'm not a rogue. Sorry, the words I'm not a rogue is not in my vocabulary actually. Rephrase. That's not one word though. So pedantic. So unrefined. Shut up. You You reach your fancy red pouch of holding. I really love my pouch of holding. God. The cloak easily slips inside into the extra dimensional space with a satisfying slurp. I really love my pouch of holding. God, I can fit so many items in this thing. I love that they explain how you can put so much stuff in your inventory. It's really quite cool. Yes, you are very lucky. This kind of magic items can aboard 1,000 crowns. Can go aboard upwards of 1,000 crowns. Crowns is the money. Crowns is the Novakian crown, the main currency in Novak. It's not yours though, it's the city's. You can't just use it for anything. Shut up, it's yours. You can do whatever you want with it. Now go put on your cloak and reallocate some resources. Right. The runes fill your senses as you approach. The color is faded. This monument is hollow, void of all life and divinity. And worse, it is covered in rotten apples. A sacred shrine left in this state. It is an insult to Earth and all of his people. These old things are still around, huh? Are these rare? Can I pray here? Kneel, move on. A remnant of blindness and decay. No, you will find shrines like this all over Norvik. Indeed, okay. Yet you are very much aware that this is not the worst you'll see. You'll have to fight hard to keep Ura's dreams afloat. The city is lost, but it's not yet lost. How poetic. You are also aware the city is very much in need of change. Change from what? An horrible lifestyle, a peaceful city for humans to prosper in? Change from stagnation and a mire of decay. Ura's crusade brought triumph. The corruption brought after his fall is due to exactly that kind of filthy rhetoric. You are certainly allowed to be wrong in your opinions there. Stop complaining. It won't solve anything. This is giving me a headache. Remove the apples. Remove the apples. It doesn't take long for you to move some of those nasty apples away from the front of the shrine. A small improvement, but big in heart. Can I pray here? To what exactly? There are so many gods listening to our prayers always. I'll think about it. You may pray as you wish. The shrine towers over you. You feel small. To cast spells, you must first prepare them at the shrine. Prepared spells can be cast when the cleric has a reason to do so, either in or out of dialogues. Each cast expands one spell slot of the corresponding level. Spells. Cure wounds. do I do that? Ah, finish. A great mountain of apples. Behold, divine scripture. Where it does not belong. You stare at a pile of apple. Walk away. If you know what's good for you. Apples are good for you. These apples are not in pristine condition. Not to the pile and leave. A scuffed voting card made out of Ragenhelm Hamlin. It is a form of dwarven office for some reason, and someone has checked in all 5 parties on the list. You need to bring this to a polling place on election day if your voice is to be heard. +1 dexterity, -1 charisma. No, it's okay. Engage. You approach the shambling man by the apple piles. He does not acknowledge your presence. Greetings, citizen. Glancing under his hood, you catch a blank expression spread upon a dried face. What is your name, sir? He does not even turn to look at you. Identify yourself, citizen. You're trying something here, smart ass. Why is this man not listening to me? This is a reanimated corpse. Probably a work zombie, although it has been illegal to employ undead since the Bone Purge of 11. Okay. I got one spell book. Okay. So we have protection and life, but I still don't have anything to attack on. Nothing. Enter. The pale man sits hunched over a sack of forms. Busy at work, his pencil slowly filling out line after line. On the top paper you see an icon of a serpentine drake. A great perch. These are official documents of the city. up and about, are we? Wonderful. I am Visken, local entrepreneur and proprietor of this leech house. It appears you don't really belong here. But if there is anything I can do, cleric, just let me know. He smiles at you. Bow before this creature. No. His smile causes you to stir a deep feeling of unease, as if it is almost there, but just not quite. Look around the room. Dimly lit and damp, a musky stench lingering in the air. You see books and flasks and stone altars around the circular chamber. There are several corpses present. Okay, did you save my life? He puts down his pen. Your life is your own. You owe me nothing. However, I'm afraid to say you have been through quite the turmoil, cleric. Tell me everything. Of course, it must be confusing. To tell the truth, some fishermen brought you here last night. They'd caught you in the net, took you for a corpse. Not that I'll blame them. You weren't exactly in prime condition. Prime condition? You are always in prime condition. Fair. Not quite literally. Life in this filthy uniform. No wonder, though, you were dead. Oh, I was dead. Wait, how did you end up in the river? I'm afraid I don't have much to tell. Perhaps you fell off one of the bridges to Tolstad. Tolstad, a sprawling island fortress, and one of 5 districts in the city. It is in the middle of River Torna, home of Georges Pillar, a sprawling tunnel network and water lane, the greatest trade hub in Ascani. You are on Tolstad right now. There are 7 bridges over River Torna, connecting Tolstad to the rest of the city. Sounds like the start of a great drinking story. Then I'll wake up in the leash house tale. I would never fall. It must have been an assassination attempt. I must have slipped. Happens all the time. Perhaps there is an esoteric explanation to all of this. Perhaps you would know, cleric. Figure out what's weird about this guy. So he had an... Oh, okay. Yeah, why did I even try? You glare at the pale man who keeps working on his documents for approximately 2 minutes. Eventually you feel stuck in your thoughts. I don't mean to imply I know more than an honorable Urgas member, my good cleric. However, you must certainly have more important things to do on a day like this. He's correct. Maybe you can get back to this later. Some die checks are locked on failure and can be attempted again later. Ah, that's why. These checks are unlocked on a long or short rest or by spending shards of jar. But a roll with a high DC should probably be lowered before attempting again. Yeah. There is a zombie in the basement. Oh, how quaint. No, an undead abomination right below. I understand. We are closely connected with the city below. The undead seemingly wander as they please. However, I will have to take this up with Lady Sageleaf. I pay good crowns for HWBT protection. Oh. So it's all a misunderstanding then. Good. Okay. I require assistance with those things. Of course, cleric. Anything for the city. So, what do you know about spellcasting? Quite a bit. If he knows more than you, then it could be useful to listen. I mean, of course. Embarrassing. He wonders if your head is still filled with water. As a wizard, you memorize your spells before casting them. As an arcane cleric, you must memorize your spells during prayer at the shrine. There's one downstairs by the apples. Yeah, I know. A slight smirk creeps on his face. I sadly don't have time for a proper lecture at the moment. After the election, I could make time, if you're interested. Great. Knowledge awaits. Until then, you are free to browse my collection, he says, glancing at the many books along the western wall. And of course, gained item, Charm Person. Yes. Charm Person, the first level enchantment spell. The target fails a wisdom check, you'll be the favorite person for a little while. Of course, after that you will surely be they will surely hate you. But who cares about that? A copy of Charm Person will surely be useful to you. A truly diabolical spell, the towers. The towers, the home base of the Order of the Arcane Clerics of Norvik, also known as OACN. The tower teaches it only to higher tier spellcasters, usually despite its first level. Okay. That's a great shortcut to charming people, although you could be careful with the fallout. How do I get more spells? 2 ways. You could spend time learning them, drafting pages of the palace archive, or the great library in the tower. Since you obviously would have some access to that. Okay. However, I don't believe you have time for either of those options, so I suggest the other route. What's that? Spell scrolls. Oh yeah, I saw one downstairs. Right, scroll with spells on them. Indeed. Now Tolstad is filled with all kinds of strange cages, so you'll probably encounter more by just looking around. If you get your hands on a scroll, then just memorize it. Cantrips or spells, doesn't matter. I'm sure you are talented enough to memorize them on the spot. I am. Strike an heroic pose. That's all I have. Okay, very well. If you want to practice, feel free to cast anything non-lethal on my servant host. Whoa, that's evil. Sounds like good practice. Maybe I will. He nods slowly. You called me cleric? I did, yes. Because you are a cleric. Don't make an ass of yourself. Too late for that. I am the cleric. Good for you. You are no longer a wizard, instead you are now a cleric. Gained 100 XP for changing your class. Okay. An example of that sarcasm thing mentioned before. Though I'd love to ask, what type of cleric are you? Type? Yes. If you are a clergyman, you might run a congregation of a local religion or deity. Then there are clerics of the bureaucratic variety. City officials speaking for the religious state. Do I have to be any of those? Rules are meant to be broken. You are not some stiff councilman. I'm no basic cleric, man. I'm a boring bureaucrat, yes. Yes, you are correct. I'm an arcane cleric. Let's try. I figured as much when I saw your spell book. Oh, do you call it your prayer book? Either way, you clearly play Jaws strings as much as you channel this deity. The Pale Man knows a lot of your training. Interesting. Before you do, make sure to collect all your belongings. He gives you a quick introspection with his dead eyes. Too quick, like he's trying not to show his interest. Weird. At least he's not hitting on you. What belongings? Quite a lot. Your uniform, your cloak, and also a voting card. A peculiar voting card. Every party had been marked on it. I assume it's yours. I'm not sure if it's mine, maybe, possibly. The Pillman ignores your comment. I asked Ost to lay the surviving pages of your spell book to dry. Over there, he says and points across the chamber. He then looks at the pocket watch on his desk. That is an esoteric pocket watch. You may have it, cleric. It will surely prove useful to you. Do you have any weapons for me? None, I'm afraid. They must be at the bottom of the river. Yeah. Good. You don't need arms in the city. You need heart. Ah, shut up. A good blade can make anyone speak. Got it. The pale man turns his face towards you and smiles. Unnatural. Gained experience. If only every government employee were as devoted as you, cleric. He gives you a stern expression. Good luck on your quest. When exploring the city, you may move faster by running cool. The book is ruined. Most of the pages, well dry now, have been completely drenched. In salt water, it is absolutely and completely ruined. Only a few pages of the soggy Brackenish papyrus pages are readable. They appear to contain some type of undecipherable symbols. Ascani writing, of the most basic kind. Wait, oh no. Someone has attempted to dry this to the best ability. Gained experience. No, no, no. My Urs? This is your prayer book. So many hours wasted. You would have to rebind the whole thing. It is ruined. That'll cost a fortune. Take the ruined paperbook. You can flip the tome open. There are fine and handwritten letters scattered across the pages. You can read those symbols, but they are in Old Draconic Demiorian. The verb is dracunum, ars occulta. The author name appears to be Saliem de Minori. Can I try to read it? No. You have no idea what it means. You do. It's highly annoying that you seem to have lost your memorization. Find a spell scroll. Maybe you could buy it somewhere. It's very common. Wiggling his little clawed feet, the kobold follows your every move with cold, unflinching yellow eyes. Master, say you behave. You don't tell me what to do. You're adorable. I have some questions for you. You are adorable. The kobold glares at you. Complete and utter annihilation, the aura of a conqueror, a killer. Your soul shudders. A battle of will. Do not give in. Glare back. Your eyes meet each other, still ever vigilant. Keep glaring. The kobold does not move. Glare some more. Yep, you are staring at each other. Glare. Eyes meet eyes. Glare, glare. You are looking at the kobold's yellow eyes. Stare in an angry and fierce way. Looking hard. Leaning close to the kobold's stern face. You should probably stop this, I know. Gain 5 experience. The kobold meets your gaze and keeps meeting it. I don't think I'm getting anything more out of this. Fair. The kobold looks at you with a cold expression, determined, confident. Can I have some questions? I have some questions for you. English really gone for this game. Who are you? You are a kobold? How did you get this gig? You wouldn't actually shoot me, would you? No promise. That's hard to take serious when you're so cute. Do you have a license for that crossbow? My crossbow? Not yours. A signed agreement between districts in Norfolk allowing the free use of arms and magic below a reasonable amount. It would allow a freelance mercenary to access to a crossbow. The access to a crossbow. My God. For example, what does a reasonable amount mean? The crossbow is yours. I apologize. Better do mine. Where were you when the tea shop finished now? Can I borrow your crossbow? Human is kidding, not funny. You would make greater use of it than this puny creature. Just take it. This? Oh, and you know exactly what to say. There is only one thing that could possibly convince this kobold that you should get his crossbow. Viscon asked me to get your crossbow. Master did? The kobold glances over to his master. Yeah, he said I need it more than you. What? Why? The kobold seems to believe you somehow. Okay. He said you were so strong that you don't need it anymore. Kobold squints, he leans back and smirks, then nods. Here we go. Gained item, light crossbow. Master always right. The fact that he handed it over without even asking the pale man's first, love it. With the crossbow safety in your grasp, the kobold scoffs. Weak human, of course you need crossbow. Thanks, Andy. Okay. Did I miss anything downstairs? What is this? Your left marks across the bandit. Today is a universal. The red eye of Urus. Orth. Okay. Yes, deal with this foul creature. Encounters are turn-based conflicts where each participant takes turn in rolling dice and taking actions. During your turn, you are able to perform one dice action as well as cast one spell of your choosing. The order is determined by an initiative roll. Okay. Fight! You are quick, you got this. Your sneaky maneuver works. The zombie turns his gaze towards your fist and then, with a quick whack, you get him to stumble backwards. Yes. There you go. The slow zombie just stands there. No. He's reacting. It's just taking some time. The zombie is hostile. This undead abomination must be apprehended before he causes damage to innocents. Does that include you? Okay, try to trick him. Listen to me, I'm your master. Doesn't seem to respond. Maybe it's just delayed, don't give up. His neck snaps around, the withered face now facing yours. Yeah, you've really pissed him off. You can tell since you are such a people person. It hurts even through the armor. This ends now. A final chance. Do not falter. How bad? Knocked him out. No. Your powerful iron fist seemingly gets no weight behind it. As it hits the zombie's hide, it feels like hitting a damn wall. You hit a bad ankle on his protruding rib cage. Great job. The zombie appears unmoved as you stumble backwards. It is no longer hostile to you. Did it take pity on you? You and your violent ways? Or it's probably ordered not to harm unless threatened. That means it no longer sees you as a threat. Hilarious. Rub your hand and ground. Yeah, I know, but I wanted to check all this stuff. Maybe I can come back later. Maybe after the owner was here. Oh yeah, I can go learn charm person. Whoop. Is there anything else here? I'll just start it, so let's see how it goes. Engage. Okay, so let's leave this part and let's check wits. What's going on? No. Oof. So many books, basic manuals, arcanist history, novels. Some of them stand out to you as classics. It could be useful to refresh your mind. A classic. Okay. You kept this book on your bedside table for years during your scribing years. You take a look at the first page. In this page I shall endeavor to recount the journey of a mind born to greatness. A will tempered by a crucible of ambition and a spirit bound to the relentless pursuit of the arcane. My name is Phileas Prex. It goes on to make grandiose statements on his personal abilities of magic. As always, this man is contradictory. He both praises his own natural gift and mental abilities while stating himself worthy only through his hard work and merit. It's ridiculous. Know this, I write not for the masses, but for the few who possess the clarity of vision to see beyond the veil of mediocrity. To them I offer my life as a lesson and a legacy that they might learn from the triumphs and avoid the pitfalls that lie in wait for the unwary. You remember the first chapters dealing with his youth growing up in the ruthless court of a rival house, the Haggingsack. Haggingsack, one of the most powerful meritocratic families in Old Diminor, known for their potions and necromancy, spawned from the seed of the Shadow Lord, a god that theocratic ruler of the divine era. How he struggled against relentless opposition and bullying, making himself out to be an underdog. Power is not born of blood, nor inherited by the fortune of the birthright. It is cultivated in the crucible of the mind, refined by the fires of discipline, and sharpened by the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Let those who seek to rule first learn to kneel before the altar of wisdom, for it is there that true strength is forged. Yet he does not address his own privilege. If it is only merit, then he should not have needed any of those fancy private studies or lectures. Stop complaining, the story is just getting good. Of course, you are a wizard after all. The world would be better if I ruled it like Prex did. False statement. In the second half, Prex begins to talk about his early political career, the intricity of meritocratic bureaucracy, how he learned to play the game well enough for himself to reach a dictatorship as the youngest meritocratic ruler ever. The rest is mostly a collection of meditations surrounding magic and power. The esoteric, in its purest form, is neither good nor evil. It is a tool, a force to be wielded by those with the intellect to do so. Yet let us not be so naive as to think that power alone grants one the right to rule. The arcanist must also be the statesman, for the whims of unchecked magic can lead even the wisest astray. Govern with an iron hand, and let that hand be guided by the principles of reason and justice. Thus shall the state prosper, and thus shall the legacy of the majocracy endure. Ironic. I see not irony here, only truth. In the halls of power, the arcane shall be our shield and our sword. Yet remember this: the arcanist's duty is not only to himself but to the state and the people. For in the endless pursuit of knowledge, one must not forget the price of ignorance. A vigilant mind is the guardian of civilization, and the vigilant state that the fortress of progress. Let no shadow fall upon our vigilance, for in the light of our knowledge lies the path to the true dominion. The final part of the biography focuses on an ever deeper and more rambling side of the ruling. This is way too much reading. Why would you open a book then? You shut it, looking upon the title once more. Autobiography text. Opening the Trill Sisters book shows you an index of several tales, many of which you heard growing up. The stories shape reality, for the mind does not distinguish a tale from a real-life lesson. They are but the same. Out of the tales, you see the one you remember the most. The one about the gnome and the titan. The story always spoke to you, mostly because of the unlikely friendship between the two. read a little. In the old days, when dragons ruled and the sky. Sorry. In the old days, when dragons ruled the skies and titans wandered the earth, there lived a gnome named Abacus, known far and wide as a half-wit. Whether by fate or folly, he often found himself in the oddest of places. And so it was that he stumbled into a deep valley of Ascan. The valley was home to Yumor, the Mist Titan, a colossal being with fur as thick as the ancient forest and limbs that clutched the very mountains. His upper body was hidden in, or perhaps made of, the swirling mist that filled the valley. But on this day, the valley was not the serene refuge it had once been. The air was thick with ash, the river ran black, and the trees stood as short husks. Athuth, the ancient red dragon, had set the forest aflame, hoping to drive Kayumur from his domain and claim the fertile valley for himself. Kayamur was furious, his great form trembling with rage as he searched for the source of the destruction. His eyes fell upon Abacus, who was wandering aimlessly, his tiny mind more puzzled by the sudden darkness than anything else. To think that the coast was filled with these beasts of yore at one point. They rained harshly and wildly, but it's not hard to see why some prefer the chaotic dominance to the tyranny of dragons. Yeah, I think this is a game that I will continue on my own. A lot to read, and I think with my problem of reading, you guys will not be happy with me. Leave the books alone. But I will continue play it on my own. It's interesting. Okay, let's see. Should I have another game that I could play, but I think I will play it tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know why I also started to feel sick a little bit when I started reading. I had to switch on the aircon even if it's not hot. Yeah, tomorrow morning I go to the gym, and then afterwards, I think after the cyclothon is finished, I'll eat something and then I'll come back online. I think Morbid came out today, so we will play that one. But yeah, for today I'll finish here. And I hope to see you around again. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.